Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Toronto Raptors out at Scotiabank Arena. For Toronto, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Both teams tonight more than capable of putting up points. Shaq, what do you think will be the deciding advantage?
Well, you have to try to dictate the tempo, play at your pace. This will be a game of streaks, so you have to prepare yourself.
You can't just score. You have to be efficient. Big shots down the stretch could be the difference, Ernie, and that will set you free.
We are ready for game time. Let's go to Kevin Harlan for the opening tip.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At small forward, Wilson Chandler. At point guard, TJ McConnell. At the forward position, Ben Simmons. At the other guard position, Jimmy Butler. At center, Joel Embiid. And head coach of the visiting team is Trent Brown.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Raptors. Still out of the lineup is Kawhi Leonard. They want him healthy.
Yeah, Kevin, that deals a major blow to this team. And now the identity may have to change with him not in the lineup. Not even sure what that identity is going to be as of yet. But of all the guys to lose, he's the last one you wanted to see go down.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The young stars, Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. TJ McConnell is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Chandler in at the 3. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Yeah, and what a gut wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
And, Greg, typically there's one statistic that jumps out at you when you're looking at what decided the game. And in that one, it was all about the rebounding battle.
Now here's Valanciunas after Ben Simmons' miss. Siakam kicks to Green. Back to Siakam. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. We are far enough into the season now to determine the true contenders, Clark, or do you feel that isn't revealed until closer to playoff time?
No, I think you start to narrow that list down right now, Kevin. I mean, you begin to see which teams are capable of making runs in the playoffs. And obviously anything can happen between now and the playoffs, but the teams that are going to be there battling, you get a pretty good read on who those teams are right now.
Now here is Lowry. He's guarded closely. Here's Valanciunas. He can't hit that time. Good D by Embiid. Butler kicks to Simmons. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside, Green. Passes it to Siakam. To the left wing. Valanciunas against Embiid. No good from Valanciunas.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
And again, Toronto no luck. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to Denver. Floats it up for Butler. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Lowry finds Green. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. With the shot. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got his first points of the night. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. It's stolen by Lowry. Takes the 13-footer. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And that in-between range is a shot Lowry uses to keep defenders off balance. As good as he is with the 3-ball or attacking at the rim, he still has that mid-range to fall back on.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning. Checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 13th in assists, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball player. And it's Miles missing. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
No, he is a bulldog. I mean, scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Brett Brown for a minute. They have won their one matchup against this team so far. But he said the first order of business was for them to score against a very tough shot-blocking team inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down perimeter looks. They could be the key to victory. We'll see if he's right, Kevin.
David thinks sounds like he's prepped his guys on how to handle this opposing defense.
And no surprise there, because they're facing a team that can win games with its defense. And they are an aggressive bunch from the start.
And you know, guys, that being the case, they can't play soft today. I mean, they've got to really be locked in on being the aggressors. Come out firing and try to get off to a good start.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. DeLon Wright comes in for Green. Then for the 76ers, Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Simmons. Redick comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Here's Butler, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And, you know, Brett Brown has seen it all in Philly. The good and bad times, was the head coach for their lowest points as this team rebuilt. Now he's reaping the fruits of his labor and persistence as he leads a star-studded Sixers team that has great potential.
Here's Lowry. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Siakam's got 5 now.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Now, here's Butler. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Clark, you have to applaud management for the way they stuck with Brown as the team was turning things around.
Yeah, I love it, Kevin. I really do. I mean, being able to see the long-term picture and stay with a coach who you believe is the right one for your group. Very impressive work by the Sixers. Injuries and a lack of talent were the issue early, not the coaching. The players love Brown, and rarely are coaches afforded as much time and patience as this franchise gave Brown. I applaud him.
And here's Fultz. Serge Ibaka making his last triple. Chalk up 2 there. Fultz has got his first points in this one.
Man, I love the energy Fultz plays with, Kevin. I mean, when he's deep in the paint, he's really comfortable going up to shoot it.
Unloads from 13. Siakam passes to Wright. Now the pass to Ibaka. Clock at 4. Here's Lowry. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And Redick kicks to Fultz. Pass to Butler. Over Wright. Butler, no good. Now, here's Miles. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
His first shot coming. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Gotta have big-time nerves to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Toronto ahead. They lead by 8. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Things are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. Try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Greg Monroe. Ibaka is out there with Wright. And it's Siakam in at the 3, the small forward. Fultz, the pass to Teletovic. Back to Fultz. Kicks it to Redick. And stolen by Wright. Here's Siakam. 14 points from him the last game against Denver. Yep, that one goes in there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Korkmaz. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Toronto. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys,
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. Head coaches obviously get the attention in all sports, Clark, but the assistants also play very big roles. How do you build chemistry as a coaching staff?
You know, I've never coached, but I've watched a lot of coaches. I think first and foremost, you appreciate your assistant coaches, and then you give them room to grow and develop as coaches. And you share with them the building of the team and the coaching of the team. And that, to me, I think, if you serve your assistant coaches as they're serving you, I think that's how you build the best chemistry.
And loyalty's got to be big among that group on that sideline, doesn't it? Loyal to each other.
Big time. Loyalty to one another, and then also a common focus on really serving the players to the best of their ability collectively.
Green, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Philadelphia also making some changes. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Chandler comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. Now here's Simmons. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angles. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
And that one misses. Mark, you've always been a student of the game. You've seen a number of guys do a great job of changing styles as they've gotten older in the game.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch. I think about Magic Johnson. I think about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Right.
You watch these guys, and there are a number of other guys, too. I mean, those come to mind pretty prominently. But again, it's about a concession to who you are for real, not who you used to be. And I love seeing guys play more on the ground when they were high flyers earlier, or add a jump shot when they were drivers. Those are neat evolutions to see.
That's good from Simmons. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Van Vliet kicks to Valanciunas. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Monroe outside. Clock at 6. Right outside. The shot.
He hit 1-3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second. How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
His second personal, 13.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Yeah, you know, one of the under-talked-about strengths of the Philadelphia 76ers is how they play team defense. I mean, they were top-rated defensively in opponents' field goal percentage last year.
Pass to Van Vliet. And that one is off. Simmons with the defensive effort. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Good work defensively by Monroe. And with the 76ers in defense, it isn't just them bothering shots.
No, you're right, Kevin. I mean, they were one of the best, if not the best, rebounding team in the league. Also, were top 10 in blocks and steals last season. I mean, they filled up the stat sheet as a team in a lot of ways. It's fun to talk about what this team can do on offense, clearly. But I think moving forward, what's going to anchor this team as a contending team is its defense.
Now, here's McConnell. D right on him. Outside, Simmons. Over Monroe. Trying to get open is Johnson. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Chandler against Green. Got a piece of it. And stolen by McConnell. Inside, here's Simmons. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Simmons got 9 points now in the quarter. Toronto leading by 7. Van Vliet kicks to right. Here's Green. Here's Valanciunas. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Valanciunas has got 7.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Monroe. C.J. Miles comes in for Danny Green. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for DeLon Wright. Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Butler comes in for Korkmaz. Now here's Simmons. 9 points in the game so far. Chandler scanning the floor. Here's Butler. Simmons trying to get open. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Jimmy Butler. Now here is Lowry. He's covered by McConnell. Takes the 13-footer. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Embiid trying to break loose. No good from Simmons.
Another. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now, here's Lowry. 29 points for him last game against Denver.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
Good on the shot.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Greg, they're getting outworked on the glass, and those second chance buckets have devastated their defense.
Ibaka against Simmons. He kicks it to Embiid. Over Valanciunas.
Boy, if you can't appreciate how skilled Embiid is, you got a problem. I mean, he's impossible for the defense to slow down.
And so it's Toronto ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We're going to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They have a 9-point lead. Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys have been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were expending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at this. What plays are we calling? And how can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. The incredible Simmons and Embiid down low. Jimmy Butler is out there with T.J. McConnell, and it's Chandler in at small forward. Green passes to Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Miles. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Warriors, this is what the fans have been wanting to see. 2 of the best teams in the league duking it out, and you know whoever gets the win is going to be viewed as the team to beat.
And Green gets it to go. Mark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, may he rest in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. Really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
Toronto on defense. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Passes to Simmons. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And Wilson Chandler, one of those talented guys who's battled injuries, Clark, throughout his career.
He's one of those guys you love watching play because all he does is try to win and make winning plays. He can give you good minutes, not much of a scorer, but he's a better playmaker and a better wing defender now, too.
And that one misses.
Boy, the athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable the talent this man has and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
Now here is Lowry. He's got 11, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. They get a hand on it, and here are the 76ers now. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for the Raptors. Korkmaz checked in for Philadelphia. Redick comes in for T.J. McConnell. The 76ers trail by 7. Redick finds Butler. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. It's good. Butler's got 8 points.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
The pass to Lowry. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And if you're not defended or unmarked, Monroe will find you. Terrific vision from the big man.
And Simmons kicks to Korkmaz. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Raptors leading by 4. And here's Lowry. He's got 13. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And somebody throw some cold water on Lowry. The man is on fire. He has taken this game over, and it doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
Butler, no good.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Now here is Lowry. 15 points in the game. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
The Raptors have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Outside, Redick. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. A 3-pointer is right on target. Fultz has got 5 points so far. Raptors leading by 6. Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Right against Toledovich. That's tipped, and they get it back. Here's Butler, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You see the physicality. I mean, Butler never backs away from a challenge. Now, this guy is really one of the more competitive guys in the league.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind it. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Butler. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with the baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
And so Butler nails both of them. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line. Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
And a look here at the shot chart for Lowry.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Now here's Wright. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Butler. There's the feed to Redick. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Redick's got his first points in this one.
Boy, Butler doing a nice job taking advantage of the open man. Good quick pass there.
Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. 1:35 left in the third quarter. Here's Siakam. They can't stop the run with that one.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Fultz. Trying to get open as Johnson. He nails it, and we're tied up. And it's 7 points for Markelle Fultz.
Well, I like watching Fultz use his ball handling skills. Excellent purpose with the dribble. Knows how to shake free to get his shot.
Here's Van Vliet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And Siakam has it in the corner. Here's Ibaka. Lays it up off the glass. Ibaka's got 5 now.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Van Vliet passes to Monroe. Makes it off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Raptor lead.
And that persistence from Monroe, wow, his stick-with-it attitude really is what allows him to get these chances down low.
Here's Fultz. Again, Philadelphia. Here's Van Vliet. There's 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. To Monroe. Over Johnson. And another basket for Toronto. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Raptors lead by 4. And we're coming. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Van Vliet and Green are the guard set. Inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. And it's Siakam in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. High post shot. Bullseye. Redick's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Philadelphia.
Tell you what, with the long-range game Redick has, you can sometimes forget how good his mid-range game is, too.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. No good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Outside Butler. Pass to McConnell. Chandler with the ball. 6 to shoot. Here's Butler. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. Passes to Green. Back to Siakam. To the inside. And Ibaka kicks to Valanciunas. Over to Ledovich. And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist from Ibaka. And that's now 9 points for Valanciunas. And Philadelphia calls time here.
Start.
Some changes for Toronto. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Ibaka. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. And Simmons subbed in for J.J. Redick. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He said, guys, we have got to get back in transition, run on the court and score in our early offense, and that will help our transition defense. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Now here is Lowry. He's guarded closer. Up top, Miles. Back to Lowry. Launches a three. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Shots good from Butler.
And, you know, Butler knows his team depends on him, relies on him to fill it up and put it in the basket. And he's an outstanding scorer with a really versatile arsenal.
Valanciunas with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. And Siakam has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Chandler finds Simmons to take the lead. Embiid. And Embiid is right there.
And this is what you get with Embiid. A real scrapper, even though he's a big, skilled, talented guy. He's an energy guy as well.
Outside Lowry. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Free throw drops for Lowry.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
And stolen by Butler. To the middle. And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer. A dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
Lowry feeling it out a bit. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
Shooting for Toronto, Kyle Lowry. At the line for 2.
Shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Lowry nails both of them. Here's McConnell. Kicks to Chandler. Misses off the right iron. Toronto's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Lowry, good on the bucket. Lowry's got 7 points for the quarter.
Hey, Kevin, when it's an important moment in the game, a big time in the game, he flat out takes over. Lowry is a gamer.
Embiid inside. Valanciunas is there. Embiid, no good. Here's Miles. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's a 6-point Toronto lead.
Miles really remarkably quick in terms of how he fires right after he gets a pass. No time to waste with him.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 6. 1:57 left in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
Here's Simmons. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. That one falls.
Tell you what, if you're pulling for Ben Simmons, it's great whenever he takes over a possession like that. Killer instinct for sure.
Embiid against Lowry. And the basket is good. Lowry's got 13 points in the second half.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
To the inside. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Embiid.
Joel Embiid on top of things there, folks. Recognizing a big possession and commanding the ball.
And Embiid with the block. Valanciunas inside. Guarded by Embiid. Tries again. No good from Valanciunas.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing them deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game. Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that opener look.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Valanciunas. Money!
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 3. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .27 seconds left in the fourth. Simmons. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Hey, when the game is tight and snug, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to do so.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
McConnell kicks to Embiid. Over Valanciunas. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
the line for two.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Boy, so calm, composed. Love how he took his time and drained the important free throws. Big-time stuff there.
McConnell kicks to Butler. Buries it from outside.
And that's exactly why they call him Jimmy Bucket. Butler, a clutch performer, one of the best we have in the league.
Toronto calls timeout. They're up by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set a screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.